The next scene takes place at a local movie theater, where Daria Mitch is chaperoning public civilians and treating them to the next movie. She is also waiting with Karina Green, to be exact, in which they all both share a pivotal moment that dealt with as a result of the nuclear explosion. The two females laugh before Daria admits that she has gotten off of work 3 hours earlier and was staying overtime. Karina looks at Daria and raises her eyebrow. Karina, who was also off of work about an hour ago, agrees with Daria to have a female's night out at the nearest bar. However, they attend this meeting only to find out that one of the survivors on a big huge TV within the mall connected to the movie theater. They look at the TV and found out that Trower, Dennis, and Dan saved the male from a car explosion, but also found out that the same male they saved, Steele, was killed by a semi-truck moments after. Karina gasps and opts the situation, and Daira says, "Oh my God," and calls Dayton on her phone. Dayton picks up the phone and exchanges conversations with Daira. Dayton just now finds out that Steele, who they just saved earlier in the day, was still dead regardless of intervening in his death. Okay. Dayton tells Daira to get back to where they were. Get back and meet them at the mansion. Daira tells Karina that they have to meet at the mansion to discuss the situation at hand. Karina and Daira leave out the front door of the mall, get in their vehicles, and leave. As a result of their exit from the mall, they notice other survivors from a nuclear disaster and decide to tag them along regarding the situation. One of them seems consistent of the situation, and it just happened to be the case where Teddy, who couldn't understand the situation at hand, decides to deny the situation and leave the area. However, Jeremy grabs Teddy's actions and grabs him by the shoulder and decides to give Teddy a ride since Teddy had no ride. Jeremy rides Teddy along with Tina, and Karina and Daira ride behind them. They all pull up to the mansion where Dayton lives at. Dennis had just opens the door as Karina waves. They all walk in, and they have a brief discussion about the situation at hand.